Oh, I should probably sign out of the Panther Esports account, huh?
Probably. Goodness.
Can you, Igneous, can you hear us? I don't know if you can. They asked in chat if you were ready. But we're live here for what week is this?
Week. Okay, cool. Okay, production is ready. Okay, yeah. I think this is week 9? Question mark? Yeah, I don't think that's right. It says match 9.
It says week 4.
Okay, week 4.
But
match 9.
yeah,
okay,
this
cool.
is UNI Overwatch Purple versus Bluegold Esports. I'm here tonight. I'm Joe, and I'm joined by Ryder with Igneous on production. How we doing tonight?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm excited for this match, honestly.
I am also excited.
After UNI Purple's win last week against, oh gosh, who was it? Let me look real quick. I know that it was a pretty clean sweep as far as I'm concerned. I'm not sure exactly who it is. But no, it was a lot of fun last week, and I'm really excited to watch some more UNI Purple. They are one of my most favorite teams to watch in all of sports, to be honest. So I might be a bit biased, but
hey, I'm biased too. But yeah, no, I like watching them quite a bit. And it looks like we're gonna have our first games here on, I think this is called Antarctic Peninsula.
Yeah, jumping right in here.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of turned my brain off to the name of this map because I am not a huge fan of these maps.
It's understandable.
But I don't know. Like, I don't love these maps, but there's still some good moments.
Yeah. I can feel that. It looks like we're gonna be opening up here against. We said the name of the college, right? It's University of Wisconsin, Eau Claire, tonight. The Bluegold Esports. Yeah, we did say that. As we open here with pretty standard composition, I think, for UNI. Oh, maybe not. We have a Ramatra out on the field for UNI. Something we haven't seen too much.
We do have the Vandium Bastion going right now.
Oh, of course. Always gotta have that. We got Skip on the Baptiste. on lasting on the Genji, and I believe that is Bailey Joe on the Illari. So yeah, a pretty standard team comp for UNI, I would say. Something we've seen pretty frequently. We saw quite a bit of this composition last week. So
yeah,
you know that they're kind of opening with something a little more comfortable. Always a good thing to do, especially on the first round of a match of a series. Just kind of to feel out the enemy team, see how they play.
Yeah, before we get too far in here, Igneous, are you able to bring up the teams on the top of the screen? Do you know what I'm talking about? We can see who is playing who and whatnot. Okay.
No. Unfortunately, it's alright. Going here, we can go.
I understand.
The kill feed here, as we see, VOD does take down Vandium for the side of Eau Claire. Vandium goes down. It's gonna be a big pick for Eau Claire coming out here in this first fight.
We do see
be able to recover.
We see Skip's classic Baptiste here, keeping everybody alive and trying to get some poke damage out too. So he is having to do a lot of work just keeping his team alive at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Not having that Bastion up there to really apply the pressure is definitely hurting UNI in this case. But it looks like Vandium is gonna kind of roll back here as UNI is starting to roll on the Junkrat now for we see for Vandium instead of Bastion.
With Roadkill taking out that healing pylon, they're gonna look to push up into point a little bit here. They are, and they're gonna find the kill on Sojourn and Bap as well.
Nice.
UNI Purple doing a good job getting there. Yeah, doing a good job getting a retake here.
Only 32% there for Eau Claire as UNI does manage to recapture it. As we also see Roadkill take out Spud.
Yeah.
For Eau Claire. Nice. Yeah, Roadkill's really applying the pressure here. I mean, we saw a lot of that last week when he played. He is he knows like very much when to go in, when to back out, when to apply pressure. He's definitely has that game sense, that intuition.
We see the Vandium Junkrat just lobbing bombs. We love to see it.
Hey, it works. Vandium very much does work.
Oh, Bailey Joe with the Illari ult. Okay, so both Illaris ulted, and it looks like Bluegold's Illari emerged on top there. Unfortunate.
A lot of picks going on.
Unfortunate for UNI Purple, but yeah, that is pretty unfortunate. Most of UNI Purple goes down there, and they do lose the point.
Yeah, Claire's going to take that fight there. Although UNI did get a crisp 50% on that first point. That's going to be a pretty solid advantage. Halfway there, all you got to do is retake and hold, and win one or two more fights, and then you're golden there. So UNI starting to kind of rotate back, getting ready for this next fight. Still taking some damage there. Picks quite yet. Oh, it spoke too soon. Retro taking out Skip there. That's going to be a big pick for Eau Claire there. Although Roadkill does find Spud. Vandium also taking out Small Man. Vog responds with an ult, taking out Bailey Joe. Vandium responding by taking out Retro, as well as Vog taking out Vandium. A lot of picks going out, although I think Eau Claire does have the advantage in this fight. Roadkill's going to be forced to retreat here. A lot of picks going on in that fight. Almost passing out there.
Roadkill almost getting taken out by Bluegold's Illari.
Close one.
That was close. He was at 26 health there.
Looks like UNI's back in action here as we get coming to the end of the fight here.
Okay, so we see the window come out, and we see both windows come out, and I'm lasting with the Genji ult, but he does get taken out as he's blading in.
Unfortunate, although Vandium did manage to find a 3-piece there. I think UNI might be able to take it here. 4-piece taking out Soda.
Vandium's just killed everybody.
Everybody on the side of Eau Claire. I mean, hey, the Junkrat, it just works. I mean, Vandium's Junkrat is just an absolute threat. And it's something that Eau Claire definitely is going to have to take into account if they're going to want to win this series. I mean, just sitting in the back lobbing grenades, I mean, it works.
Yeah, Vandium's really lethal on that Junkrat.
They're definitely going to have to be a top priority for Eau Claire.
So we are getting into final fight territory for this first game here.
But picking up Vandium, a little too soon, I guess. They hurt us. Lasting does respond by taking out Soda, though. It's going to be a big, losing the support's going to be big there for Eau Claire.
Well, Vandium does have, I'm pretty sure he still has that Rift Tire up and ready to roll.
I think so. We haven't seen it quite yet, so there's definitely a possibility we might see it in this next fight. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of ults coming out. As we
Bailey Joe with the Illari ult, I don't know who it's going to connect on right now. Looks like Vandium does find a kill on the Illari with the tire, and Roadkill finds a kill on Bap as Sojourn is... Okay, so both Baps are down right now. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time casting.
Very good, you're good. No worries. We do see a lot of picks there from UNI as UNI does take this first round in a 100 to 99% there. That was quite a close first round there. Move on here into the second round of Antarctic Peninsula. Honestly, yeah, that was a pretty solid first round. There was a lot of good, a lot of I mean, not questionable, but things kind of both teams could definitely address on the other side of things.
Towards the end there, Unlasting switched to that Hanzo, and he was able to get a couple of picks on Bluegold. I think that helped him win that last fight, so good on him for that.
I do think so. Eau Claire is playing pretty solidly. Not, I mean, incredibly aggressively. They're playing a pretty pick offense, just focusing people, not really applying too much pressure. So I do feel like playing those kind of back picks, if they're not going to push up on the Hanzo and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, definitely take advantage of that if you can.
We're going to see UNI Purple go for the high ground on the right side here. And both teams are just going to be duking it out up here, looking for a pick, building up the ult charges. Sigma getting a pretty big shield from his, I think it's called like Black Hole or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. And
unfortunately, UNI Purple's not going to be able to do much of anything to him.
Yeah, we see a little bit of backup there. No picks quite yet, although nobody's stepped on the point. Oh, I spoke too soon there as we see Unlasting jump down there, starting to pick. Billy Joe getting up Unlasting though. Doesn't have the point quite yet. There we go. Still yet to have a pick though, as teams are just trading blow. As Vandium does take out Spud there, a big blow to Eau Claire's Eau Claire's defense there as they're taking down.
Okay, so Skip does have his window up, and he is just going to place it straight away to get some pressure out on Bluegold so that UNI Purple can start to push them back and maintain a lead here.
Jeez, look at the three-piece there. I mean, it's like we've been saying, he applies that pressure. Especially once Eau Claire's tank went down there, he was able to kind of swoop in and start cleaning up some of Eau Claire's damage to support players. They're going to be able to regroup here and start another push. As we see some fighting up on the front lines here. Roadkill and Spud. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw the Ramatra ult come out here soon.
We see Bluegold use their Illari ult. It doesn't seem like... I can't tell.
I don't think any of them either connected quite.
Yeah, there's a weird symbol. I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah. We do see the Ramatra ult come out. No picks quite yet, although a lot of ults have come out so far. Roadkill almost going down. Retro does manage to take out Roadkill. Vog responding by also taking out Vandium. So they're taking out Bailey Joe as UNI's players are starting to go down one by one here. Lasting's gonna have to get out. Skip does manage to take out Soda, although Vog does take out Lasting, leaving just Skip, who unfortunately also goes down from small men.
Well, unfortunately for UNI, I mean, they lost point, but looking at it from an optimistic point of view, Bluegold did have to use quite a few ultimates there.
Yeah. A lot of ults definitely did fly out there.
And UNI's, but UNI's already at 75%, and Vandium still has his Riptire, which he's going to use. He's going to set it straight over this wall here. Oh, and it gets taken out by the Sojourn on the way. Unlucky.
Does use his blade. Although it does go down from Soda. Which, unfortunately, okay, does seem to be backing out a little bit here. They do have the advantage here, as Lasting has gone down. Let's see if they're going to be able to act on it. If you... We don't have the high ground though, although Spud does manage to take out Skip. Also taking out Vandium. As Billy Joe, Roadkill, and I believe Unlasting are all going to have to kind of retreat here and regroup as Eau Claire hits the 50% mark.
Things could get a little bit difficult for UNI if they're not able to retake this point here.
Yeah, for sure.
However, if they do manage to retake, I think it might as well just be this first game, because they will... Okay, so we're going to see Sigma ult come out for Bluegold Esports, and we are going to see an Illari ult come out It is not able to kill anybody.
Hits.
Oh,
except
for roadkill. Yeah, my bad.
Hey, caster's curse. That happens. Although that was a lot of pressure on roadkill there. I mean, there was like what, 4 assists on that? 3 or 4 assists. He was kind of in a tough spot there. Yeah, getting caught between Sigma and Olari there was kind of tough. Although we are kind of getting into final fight here. Skip has his ults. I wouldn't be surprised if some of UNI's other players do have ults. But they're gonna have to use it if they going to be able to
ults
here and
go down
overtime.
So we see Unlasting rush onto the point with roadkill. Skip and Bailey Joe are keeping everybody alive. They get the retake while Bluegold is at 99%. It is do or die for UNI, and they are doing. Unlasting finding that kill on Sigma roadkill finding the kill on Sigma and Unlasting finding the kill on the Baptiste. Looks like they're gonna get this first round here. They do have some ults to use to secure it. This is gonna be a fat ult.
Yeah, there it is. And the Eau Claire does not manage to touch point, unfortunately, for Eau Claire, as UNI is going to take this first game here on Antarctic Peninsula. I think this is a pretty even match.
That was really close, both games.
I think UNI did kind of just have the better team chemistry going in here. I mean, I don't want to speak too much on Eau Claire's behalf. I don't really know what their kind of chemistry is. We also see the Vanium, like 5 kills there.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Yeah, eventually there. But I definitely do think UNI kind of had the better team composition, not composition per se, but positioning, I suppose would be the word. Just kind of being able to position themselves in a spot where even if like 1 or 2 of them went down, they were still able to regroup and get back in there and retake. I feel like that was kind of something Eau Claire struggled with, was if one of them went down, they just kind of weren't able to retreat in time, and they kind of just ended up staggering quite a bit. But when they were together, it was, I definitely think they probably had the advantage in a straight up 5v5 team fight. I think they kind of just had the advantage, I suppose.
Well, I mean, it also helped in that last push when it was about do or die time for UNI. We did see roadkill get killed by 4 people, as you said. It was the Ilaria ult and the Sigma ult, and those are 2 pretty important ults to just blow like that. I feel like both of those ults can be pretty big changes in tempo in terms of a fight. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, they're 2 very big kind of spread out sort of ultimates, and they can hit a lot of people and do a lot of damage positioned specifically on a target. I mean, Sigma's does like a straight 50% of health. So if you hit it, it's gonna do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
With Ilari, I mean, that's a pretty powerful combo there, I'd say.
It looks like game 2, we are going to be going to King's Row here, classic map. One that I think
this season.
Yeah, one that I think UNI Purple is pretty comfortable on.
Yeah, for sure.
There's going to be a couple of tricky spots, specifically the one at the start. If UNI is not able to bust through that gate, it is going to be quite the slog of a game. And then at the entrance to the factory is also kind of annoying, and in the street where there's like the zigzag part is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of chokes on this map that UNI will be able to set up on and kind of showcase their pressure.
Oh, were they starting on defense? My bad.
No, they are not starting on defense. That's my bad. They are starting on attack, as far as I'm aware. So they are red.
I just guessed that they were starting on attack. I don't actually know.
No, you're good.
Yeah, there was no educated guess there at all. It was a complete guess.
I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, both teams are gonna have to play both sides of the coin. I do feel like UNI's attack on this map defense on this map is slightly better, just because, I mean, that's kind of been the theme of their season. UNI Purple specifically is just being able to apply pressure. I mean, it kind of comes down to roadkill and Skip at the end of the day. They both play characters that are extremely pressure heavy. And with them being such a crucial part of the team there, it really shows. We'll see how it pans out here on this match at King's Row.
I love this map.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to play.
I do like it. It's pretty classic. Yeah, let's see what we open it up with. I mean, pretty standard affair. Skip on Baptiste, as always, and I believe, what is that, Unlasting on Genji, Roadkill on Racha. I believe that
Bailey,
is...
Joe, or Nink on
I think it's
Ana?
Nink,
I can't
actually.
tell.
It is Nink, okay.
Okay.
So Nink on the Ana, interesting. We didn't mention that Nink did sub in for Bailey Joe there, so put that down in your notes, I suppose. Any listeners out there?
So so listeners out there, that is important. We might see a Lucio come out from Nink.
It's true. It's true. I mean, even already starting here, we see Nick coming on the Ana, something we haven't seen UNI Purple have for a while. As I don't believe we saw Nink play last week due to some technical difficulties.
That is correct.
So it looks like we're getting underway here. Vandium also forgot to mention on the Widowmaker. Let's see if he'll be able to find any picks here, as this is a very solid spot for Widowmaker to set up on this entrance of King's Row.
Yeah, there's a couple of great spots. So we saw the first one right out of spawn there, and now we're looking at this second one. He finds the soldier, but he's not able to land the shot here. He's gonna go for another.
See,
As
it's interesting to mention, Leclerc did not quite set up on that first choke there. They're setting up in the back of the point.
Yeah, that is interesting. Normally you see people set up as close to that gate as they can, so that the attacking team doesn't get any kind of advantage or foothold. And well, that's exactly what happened. UNI Purple was able to get a foothold, and it didn't even matter.
Yeah, it looks like they're able to capture a point here. That was a little weird. I mean, I have seen some defenses. I mean, defenses work where you kind of just sit up on back of the point and then just push up when you need to. But it looks like, I mean, Unlasting got that first kill right out of the gate, and
yeah,
it definitely was kind of just made Auclair's plan there sort of fall apart as UNI just swooped in and pretty much instantly took that.
Yeah, it also sucked for Auclair.
I think it's pronounced Auclair, but it's spelled E-A-U.
Okay. I'm gonna keep calling him Bluegold.
Okay, that works.
It sucked for Bluegold because Roadkill is just such an aggressive Ramatra. They had no front line, so he was just able to walk straight at him. And as we see right now, he's doing it again.
Yeah, only stopped by the May wall. That might not even be able to stop.
Yeah, he beats his way through it.
My goodness. Yeah, this Ramatra gameplay is definitely something to behold, I'll be honest. You see that signature Roadkill pressure. Getting a little damage heavy as we see the opening of Yusa from the side of Bluegold. Spud does manage to take out Nink, as we do see the ult from Spud. Doesn't manage to find any picks. Although he does take out Roadkill afterwards, as well as VOD taking out Vandium. UNI's going to have to retreat here and regroup for the next fight.
Yeah, this is one of the chokes that I was talking about at the start of the game. This is the zigzag in the street.
Yeah.
It is brutal. If what happened to you and I happens to you, it's really, really tough to get out of this gate here and through the street. It is just a long corridor with a lot of different spots like this one that people can mess around in, and they're gonna find the pick on the soldier. Caught out a little bit there. That is massive for this push for them.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big pick. I mean, it's like you were saying, because of how far back the spawn.
Nink ults the Genji and he blades in. He picks 2 kills. Yeah, there's the 2 kills. I'm sorry.
You got 2 picks.
Oh, 3 and 4, 5. That is a 5-man for Unlasting. Holy moly!
My goodness. I think he just got 3 picks in the span of like 2 seconds there at the end.
He killed them all.
That was a clean team kill. That's the second like 1-man 5K we've seen this series, between that and the Vandium 5K from Antarctic Peninsula there. Yeah, UNI definitely is applying the pressure here. Exactly what they need to do. That was pretty insane, I'll be honest.
That was wild. Oh my god.
Unlasting, it does have one of the best Genji blades I've ever seen, if I'm being honest. he's a fiend when it comes to that.
Nink finding a pick on the enemy Ana there.
He's kind of rolling through here. You also see the pick from Vandium's turret there. I didn't even see that. Vandium switching to the Torbjorn. Also managed to take out VOD. Let's get taking out Retro. Vandium also taking out Spud. We have a lot of picks going out, as UNI is just going to roll it in here, taking the first round all the way to the end.
was a crazy round from UNI. That 5-man Genji ult, that was crazy.
Holy. Yeah, I feel like UNI kind of rolled through that there. They kind of just were cutting through Leclerc's defense there. And I'm not sure if it was just because it's the map, or if UNI is just more comfortable on the map or the mode, or what was going on there. Because I don't know. Maybe I feel like a little bit that Bluegold didn't really know what they like where to set up at all times here. I would say. I mean, especially at the beginning there. I don't really know what happened. And I guess we'll have to see how Bluegold responds here on their attack here. And
well, I'm interested to see if UNI Purple decides to hold back in a weird way. I wouldn't imagine that they would. You don't really see people doing that often.
Yeah, generally not. And from what we've seen of UNI Purple on this map, they have set up mostly on that choke, with the exception of like Vandium sitting in the back throwing grenades. I mean, that's what.
Yeah, you'll see some people hide around the corner because they anticipate the Widowmaker pick hanging out in the window, like we saw Vandium do that as Widowmaker. So you'll see some people hang around this corner, but having the whole team hang around like that was really an interesting decision by Bluegold.
Yeah, for sure. As you see, second round of this match on Kings Row here getting underway. Pretty standard team composition here from UNI. Looks like not too many swaps here as we see the Junkrat, Hanzo, Ramatra, Ana, Baptiste. You solid. As you do see Roadkill kind of holding up in that, not quite all the way up in that choke, but at least holding up a little farther than what Bluegold had.
No, that Bluegold does have that Echo pick right now, and I just need to point that out because UNI Purple doesn't have a lot to deal with it except for their supports.
And we'll have to see how UNI ends up dealing with this here. We have seen them run into a few Echoes before in the past, although they've been able to deal with it, so I will have to see if they're able to deal with it now. Vanio also taking out Soda there, as well as Spud.
That's just, their push is out of steam at this point. They gotta back up.
Yeah, they have to back out. Skip taking out Vogue there.
And I don't know why Bluegold did not hold this spot that UNI Purple's holding right now.
Yeah. Interesting. We'll have to see how this pans out. Leclerc managing to get regrouped here, start their second push onto the point. Nothing quite yet. Although we do see Leclerc switching over to the Bastion there, I'm pretty sure. Thought I saw the grenade. Team switch ups. Also, we see a Kiriko from the side of Bluegold. Last thing, taking out Vogue. Skip taking out Spud, a big pick for UNI with Leclerc's tank going down there. Looks like they may have to retreat here again as Vandium does take out Retro. And yeah, looks like that's going to be another team fight win there for UNI.
Looks like UNI is going to be having some ults come up soon, but I would imagine that Bluegold also has their ults coming up, so we'll see if they're going to be able to push on to the point here, or if UNI is going to be able to hold them back. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll have to see. I'm fairly certain that UNI probably has a pretty solid ult advantage here, considering that that Bluegold was just
Vandium used the Riptire.
There. Ooh, doesn't manage to quite find a pick, although it does do quite a bit of damage. Did you see Roadkill's ult? Wow. Yeah, I mean, there you go. This pretty solid 3-piece in Spud, Soda, and Vogue there. Lasting also getting on the action by taking out Retro.
Really good teamwork by UNI there. Vandium was not able to kill anybody, but he was able to take out Baptiste's Immortality Field, and then Roadkill noticed that and immediately decided to go in and use his Annihilation on all members of Bluegold Esports. Really good teamwork there. But that was 2 ults from UNI. So
2 ults. You see the win that come out from Bluegold. As well as looks at the Orisa ult potentially here. Not quite. Kiriko ult as well as Hanzo ult, both coming out from Bluegold. A lot of pressure being applied to UNI. Vandy does manage to take out Small Man. The Nano coming in on Roadkill. Roadkill taking out Retro. This ult coming out, a lot of ults, a lot of picks. They're taking out Spud. Roadkill trying to find that Bastion. A menace running toward them there. I think UNI is going to take that team fight. Vandy finding that pick on Vogue. A lot of ults flying there. A lot from the side of Bluegold.
I think that there was just a tad bit of miscommunication on Bluegold's part there, as I don't know if you noticed, but when Bluegold's Baptiste used his window, their Bastion used turret form, which is a deadly combination, except for Bluegold's Orisa pushed all of UNI Purple around the corner out of line of sight for the Bastion. So I don't know about that play, but I'm also plat, and so I don't know anything much about this game. So
that's fair. I feel that. They end up taking out Spud there. Now that is kind of fair for the double-edged swordness of kind of Orisa's Javelin. It does do quite a bit of damage and can displace, although sometimes it can kind of disposition people in a tough way for your teammates. Although we do see UNI take the second round here of the series on King's Row, managing to get a full hold there in that second round. Yeah, I definitely think that
look at this
to that map.
Nano Blade.
Like, holy. I mean, this is like peak
Frisbee, takes out the Bab, takes out the Ana.
Holy.
3 kills in like 1 second there. That was crazy.
5K. I mean, it's a lasting. I still remember last year when I was trying out and I didn't really know on lasting, and I just saw him get a 5K in tryouts. And every single time I like referred to him, I was like, oh yeah, the 5K Genji. That's unlasting. And honestly, I mean, it really rings true today. Let's be honest. He is a fiend. Oh man. But yeah, anyway. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I do think that UNI definitely knew that map a lot better than Bluegold.
Yeah.
That felt a lot less closer than the first one.
Yeah, I don't know who picked that one, but UNI Purple kind of rolled them on that one.
A little bit. So we are jumping here into Flashpoint.
Ew. While we do have a second, I realized we haven't talked about the merch.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so if anybody is watching, you should be able to scroll down right now. There's a big button that says merch. If you click it, it'll bring you to esportsgear.com/collections/university-of-northern-Iowa. Here there are jerseys, there are t-shirts, there are sweatshirts, there's polos, sweatpants, beanies, stickers. They're all great. Like presents for the Panther Esports gamer in your life, especially with Christmas coming around the corner. Particularly what I think is neat is the jerseys. You can put whatever you want for the text on the back, like for the name. So you can put your name, you can put your gamer tag, whatever. So those make great gifts for the gamer in your life this Christmas. Check them out, support us. We love it, or don't. That's okay too. But
course,
yeah,
want to support us? That's the best way to do it. So go ahead and check it out. And it looks like we're going to be rolling in here to Servasa for this next Flashpoint match, as we do go to match point for UNI 2-0 on the series. Next win could win, and I think UNI Purple has a pretty solid track record on Servasa. I mean, they know how to play it. I mean, at the end of the day, just Flashpoint. Flashpoint's pretty new, but it's been out for long enough now that I do feel like people are starting to kind of get a grasp on the strategies and the tactics here.
Yeah. As much as people don't want to play it, they are figuring out what exactly to do and what not to do.
And between the there's two Flashpoint maps out right now. It's this and New Junk City. Am I missing one? I think that's it.
No, that's it.
Oh yeah, okay. So between those two, I do think we've seen UNI Purple play more on Servasa. So I would say that they have the advantage here for going into this map. Although I don't know how much Eau Claire's played Flashpoint or Servasa, so this could be maybe what they're looking for, kind of getting their foot in the door, getting a point on UNI. We'll have to see. Looks like in the chat they're kind of trying to figure out the settings and everything there.
Right, because they have had issues with this game in the past.
Yeah, they have. There's been some technical issues that they've had. I believe it was 3 weeks ago, one of those two. Where they played an entire match Flashpoint and then had to disqualify it because settings were wrong. That was fun. But yeah, I mean,
Oh, and UNI Purple does sub out Nink for Bailey Joe again.
Okay, yeah, that's good to mention. Let's see if how it plays out here as we get this match underway. Match point for UNI. See how it plays out. I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of just saw the standard affair that we've been seeing this whole series. Matra, Genji / Hanzo, Junkrat, Baptiste, and probably Lari if Bailey Joe's back in.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be what they've been playing quite a bit this season. And honestly, it's definitely been working out. I mean, Lari's pretty freaking good right now.
Yeah, why change it if it just works every game?
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
yeah, honestly. Ooh,
We see the Vandium Torb.
Yeah. Interesting. Generally, we do usually see him on the Junkrat, but we have seen actually. This is the second time we've seen him play Torb this series. Maybe he's trying to pick up Torb, and honestly, I respect it. It's pretty. It can be pretty deadly if you know those turret setups.
Yeah, and the Molten Core does give a lot of like space making potential. Yeah.
Definitely apply pressure, being able to cut off points that the other team wants to move in on. We get this match point underway. Excited to see how this pans out. We see kind of both teams feeling out here, taking those pot shots. Nothing quite yet, although this is worth mentioning. Eau Claire is on point first. With it opening up, they're going to be able to get quite a few percent points here, as it does tick down very fast in this mode.
Yep, so Bluegold is able to get the point first here. I want to point out that they did end up going Symmetra, probably to counter Unlasting's Genji a little bit, as Bailey Joe does go down at this beginning push for UNI Purple. They're taking a lot of damage. They do find the kill on Soda, as Vog finds the kill on Roadkill, and Spud finds the kill on Vandium, Skip killing Spud, and Retro killing Skip. So this is a lost push for UNI, unfortunately.
Yeah, we might have 1, maybe 2 fights left, depending on how fast they can regroup, if they're going to be able to take this here. We do see Bluegold pushing into the 60% here. Like UNI is regrouping, ready to push back in. No, not quite any changes, I don't think. Might have seen a change from Vandium here, I'm not quite sure.
No, he's still Torb.
Still Torb. Alright. You see Roadkill doing what he does best, getting in there, applying that pressure, but they're going to have to touch here.
Metro come out as they're trying to push.
Billy Joe does manage to touch on points. You see the window come out from Bluegold as well as UNI. No picks quite yet, as we see quite a few ults come out. See a beat, I see an Alari ult. I swear, I thought I saw an I could be wrong, as we see Skip take out Vog there. A big pick for UNI. See if they're able to capitalize on a lot of picks. Retro taking out Bailey Joe. Roadkill responding by taking out Soda. Retro also taking out Unlasting. As we see the Ramattra ult come out from UNI.
And the Torb. Oh my god, Skip is going crazy.
Ooh, Skip kind of grabbing the tail end of that fight there. Managing to take out Retro and Spud and secure UNI that point on 99 for Bluegold. Dang, that was a hectic fight.
Yeah, that was a crazy fight.
Yeah, definitely. When it kind of gets down, ticking there near the end of that first point, that's when a lot of the ults start to fly, and we definitely saw that there. Sets up 1 point, already getting up to 40% here.
You see the Bastion will come out. And the Orisa, Bastion, Orisa kind of combo, not exactly.
Have to find anything with Vandium. Also responding by taking out Spud, Roadkill taking out Retro. Aldershans are taking out Unlasting.
Bluegold is losing this push right now.
Yeah, UNI has the player advantage, as well as they are. Bluegold is missing their tank.
I think they're going to be able to get this point in time.
We'll have to see. There's still a chance that Bluegold can touch here. But are they going to be able to touch as well as win? That's going to be what's important. As we see UNI taking down to 96%. Orisa pushing onto the point there as we go into overtime. This is a very, very important fight. This decides who gets first point here. Vandium does take out Spud.
UNI Purple gets this first point secured.
Nice. Well, there you go.
They are going to have to try to get to the next point, though, without losing these 3 members. As the other 2 members of UNI Purple, I would imagine that they just run to the next point. Okay.
Yeah, probably. They might have to kind of regroup and reset here. If that involves them going down to their own volition, that may have to happen. But it looks like Roadkill and Bailey Joe are just going to walk back here and regroup with the rest of the teams. Vandium does go down. It's going to be an unfortunate stagger for UNI there. Was on the lasting, potentially going down.
Oh.
Dog taken out on the lasting. Big pick for Eau Claire there.
Well, Bailey Joe does have that Ilariel face the sunrise. That could.
That's true.
That does do a lot of damage. I don't know if they're going to use it 3v5, but they might. I don't know.
Let's regroup here and then go in. I think
That's
if I remember correctly, this
now.
There we go. Yeah, he's getting ready to push.
Yeah, Vandium was able to regroup in time. So
nice. Let's see, yeah, this point is pretty constricted, and the Ilari ult is definitely good for those tight corridors, kind of tight rooms. You can see as you do see the ult come out from Eau Claire, the window. UNI kind of just shying away from it, not wanting to challenge it. Very respectable decision. The last thing getting a reflection kill on GS Morrison. Bailey Joe taking out VOD. Eau Claire's down 3 players. But they do still have their tank. Skip taking out Retro and Soda, just leaving Spud for Bluegold. As Vandium does take out Spud, that's going to be, I believe, a team kill for UNI there. Like that. If not,
it seemed like a team kill, but the lady, the announcer didn't say it. I do that for League of Legends too. I call the announcer the lady.
Okay, yeah. I like that.
UNI Purple still has some ults to work with.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Using their defense here. Still taking out the Vandium turrets.
I think if they do lose this push from Bluegold, if UNI loses it, they are going to lose this second point here.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty deciding fight as we do see the blade come out there from Unlasting. Vandium taking out Vogue. GS Morrison does take out Unlasting, although Skip and Roadkill do manage to take out Retro and GS Morrison for Bluegold. Just spot on points, who goes down to the Vandium turret. And I think, unless Eau Claire can touch here, that might be second point also going to UNI Purple.
That's going to be second point.
I think so. Unless they switch to Lucio or Tracer or something just to get in. I don't think they're going to be able to. Yep. UNI managed to take that second point, leading us to match point here in this game. Next point wins for UNI. They're able to hold on.
You know, I know that we're midway through this match. I just do want to point out we haven't seen any Sombras so far, but she can be pretty annoying on Flashpoint.
Yeah,
there's a lot of places she can throw, like directions she can throw her translocator to and disappear to really quick. So
she's kind of a bit of a pest here. And with the map being so open, she can very easily flank people and take out people in the back line. You see teams starting to clash here. Eau Claire does manage to capture the point first here into UNI having to push in, but I do believe they have a few ults that they can work with here. They might potentially...
We see the Bailey Joe's Ilariel and Vandium's Torbjorn ult are going to be coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, I'll have to see if they'll be able to hang on long enough. Going to use it, although Roadkill does go down. That's going to be a huge pick for Bluegold.
Yeah.
UNI's going to retreat here. Very solid pick.
I think Bluegold did just switch to Lucio for this point. I don't know if he was Lucio before. Was he?
I think so. I feel like I saw a beat earlier. I could be wrong.
Well, my bad.
Very good. Retro does take out Vandium there. It's gonna be a big stagger for Eau Claire as Eau Claire's already getting into the 70% here. You guys gonna have to do something here if they're gonna want to take this point.
They do have ults to work with. There it is. There's the face the sunrise from Bailey Joe. A massive ult, but it gets shut down by Bluegold's Lucio. They still find a pick though. They still find 2 picks. Skip on Soda and Roadkill on Orisa, and a 3rd pick Roadkill on the Lucio, and a 4th pick. Wow, in the nick of time.
There you go. I mean, Roadkill let that ult fly and then just kept going even after it ended, flying that pressure as he always does. And because of that, they got the point here on the 99%. All I have to do here is hold, and they have the series.
Yeah, they do have Skip's window ready to use, ready to just kind of hold the line while the rest of UNI builds up their ults again. Yeah.
I don't think we've seen Unlasting's Blade yet come out yet this fight. Well, you see here a tire from
both windows.
Bluegold side.
Here, male.
A lot of ults to both windows.
Oh.
Unlasting did have his Blade out there and goes down with it, unfortunately. Spud and Retro taking out Roadkill and Lasting respectively. Skip taking out Spud in response. This isn't looking great for UNI. And it looks like Eau Claire might be able to hold on here. Excuse me, UNI might be able to hold on. Skip is still alive there.
Ooh, Skip is alive.
Still fighting as well as Roadkill on the ball.
Sorry, Roadkill switched to the ball and was able to get back.
UNI still has point. They barely still have point. Skip getting the 2-piece as UNI starting to kind of trickle back in here.
Lasting.
Holy.
Yeah, he showed up as Tracer. That was a good swap.
Skip taking out Retro, Bailey Joe taking out GS Morrison, and I think Skip might have just barely held on there long enough for UNI to take that match and the series.
Yeah, between Roadkill switching to ball and Skip hanging on, those two saved that series. Well, I mean,
did. Wow, hey. And with Unlasting, Vanium and Bailey Joe managing to come in for the backup and start cleaning up. Yeah, the UNI definitely did exactly what they needed to do there. That was like the one outcome that they could have taken that point. And barely managed to hold on. That was really impressive, honestly. That survivability was crazy.
That was crazy.
And looks like that's going to be the end of our series here. The UNI sweeping Wisconsin Eau Claire 3-0. Honestly, I do think Wisconsin put up a very good fight. It's just I don't know. I mean, it's something I kind of mentioned at the beginning, just that team positioning. I do feel like UNI has the better positioning between these teams, but in contrast, I do feel like Eau Claire definitely, when they got their picks, they were able to kind of clean up there, and those like head-on fights, I do feel like they were slightly better in that regard. But with UNI's positioning, it just wasn't quite a match for Eau Claire there. They managed to take the series. But yeah, that was very good match.
Yeah, so UNI's gonna win that, and with that, I guess it is interview time.
Yeah, let's get someone in here.
So I want to interview Unlasting on that Genji tonight. Really tearing it up, really showing up, especially on Game 2 on King's Row. That was crazy.
Yeah, that 5K was actually insane. I want to see if I can get him in here. Let me add him and see if he's down for an interview. I have to wait for his response here. He said no. Unfortunate. Okay, well, is there anybody else you want to interview?
Well, I wanted to interview Unlasting, but I guess we could interview Skip because he 1v4'd at the end there as Baptiste.
Skip. Is there anybody who haven't interviewed yet?
Unlasting?
Yeah.
I don't think we've interviewed Bailey Joe either.
Should we do Bailey Joe?
That's up to you. We can.
Yeah, sure. We can run through everybody first and then kind of reset there. If they're down and willing. Yeah, it is kind of unfortunate. I do feel like Unlasting is pretty private about that. I can respect that. Strong, stoic kind of type.
I had questions ready and everything. I wrote them down. It's ruined.
R question mark. All right, let's see. We should have Bailey Joe getting in here pretty soon. Open here, let's see. There we go.
Hello.
All right.
What's up?
Hey,
Hello.
congrats on the win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
That was
Mom.
definitely.
In chat.
You guys were definitely putting in the work there tonight. I thought that honestly, I guess we can kind of just get it here underway with a quick question. How are you feeling about that matchup? Because going in, I honestly think it seemed pretty evenly matched compared to some of the other matches you've had.
I feel fantastic. After the events of today that some people may know, this win feels fantastic. On top of an already win, so even better.
Nice,
Awesome.
nice.
I had some questions ready for Unlasting, but he didn't want to come in, so I'm gonna try to change him up a little bit. So in game 1, on map 2, I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me, but
On Kings Row?
no. Game 1 on
Narnic Peninsula.
yeah, but
Antarctic.
the I can't remember the it was the second map that you guys loaded into. I can't remember the name of it.
I don't
but-
know either.
Yeah, but basically towards the end there, it turned into like do or die time for you guys, and I'm just wondering like what is the atmosphere like? What are the communications like between you guys when that happens?
I think in the high pressure moments, it goes silent for a little bit because we're all like, oh my god, everything's happening. And then
Oh,
someone will
okay.
be like, comms! And we'll just start screaming things. And it turns out fine. There's like 2 or 3 seconds of silence and then comms! And everyone just starts calling things again and kind of remembers. At least personally, that's what I do. I process, forget what I'm doing, and then I remember what I'm doing. And then comms.
Alright, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I guess. Okay, I got a question here for you. So, you play support, of course.
Mhm.
And with that being one of the only 2 roles that has another person, what's kind of the communications like with having that other person? Because I'm a tank player. I don't really know that kind of stuff. I'm kind of by myself. So being able to communicate with your other support, how's that been so far this season?
So Skip really does a lot of the communicating for the team. He does a lot of the shot calling and just like playmaking. I mostly just try and do my best and call where I can, keep track of ults, whatever ults we have, see what they have. Sometimes I'm not that great at it because, man, sometimes I just play the game and I'm so focused on playing the game. But
yeah,
Caleb does a whole ton of calming for us, and
yeah.
that's huge for us. I mean, just every team needs at least one person to be that guy, and he's that guy. And I try my best to fill in where I can.
So I do feel like we've kind of heard that. That's kind of been the consensus across these last few weeks. That Skip is a bit of a communicator.
Yeah. I want to talk about Skip in that last game, but before I do, I know even though you weren't in game 2, I know Ryder and I were kind of confused as to what do you. I'm not. So when you guys were on attack on game 2 on Kings Row,
Oh, I know what this is.
yeah, you
Yeah.
kind of didn't receive any resistance at all on the first point, and I'm just wondering, like, do you know what the plan was for Bluegold not holding that choke? They were back around the corner. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think they just wanted to play safe, conserve their ults, and then go in when they could, which is exactly what they did at the next corner. I don't know exactly what their plan was, but I know for a fact that they definitely wanted to stick as a team, not die, because that spawn door is so far back on Kings Row when you're on
Yeah.
defense.
yeah.
So if you get picked, it's over for most of that point. So I know they probably just wanted to hold that, stay alive, and then do what they could to just hold their ults, pair them together, win that point, and then just hold it at that choke. I'm pretty sure that's what they were trying to go for.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is
we-
what everyone tries to go for there. So
we both thought it was interesting
A little.
that
Yeah.
they held back like that. Like we realized that, you know, that is a great spot for Widowmaker to spawn in for the attackers, like Vandium did. And so we figured that they were just trying to like hide that way, but I don't know. It didn't really seem to work out too well for them.
I think
But
it was just a matter of coordination during that point. We had a plan going in. We knew exactly what we wanted to do. We wanted the nano blade, and we wanted our tank to push in on
Yeah,
that. And everyone
that
just
nano
walk
blade was nasty.
forward, and it just all came together perfectly and so stunning. Even that mail was great from them, but it wasn't good enough with the timing of the nano blade. Unfortunately for them, I know Unlasting really just, he waited, knew when it was safe to dive into that blizzard as we saw in the play of the game, and he just cleaned it up from there. It was unfortunate for them, but great for us.
Yeah, it was pretty perfect. And then finally moving on to that last game, we saw a lot of back and forth, especially on that first point. But that last point was crazy. So you guys were able to push on with your Illari ult into the Lucio ult, but like, you guys still blew them up. That was crazy. Do you want to talk about that at all?
I think the general consensus with that Servasa, the entire map, I knew in my head, even if it wasn't communicated, that they are going to be saving their beat for me. I've seen them do it once.
Yeah.
I don't need this to be a repeated thing. I know they're going to do it. So when they do it, we have to blow them up faster.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like, because as soon as you press Q, that Lucio pressed Q. So...
Yeah, and I knew he would. So I knew with that, it was like, either you need to wait out a little bit of the ult to go down and blow them up as fast as possible, because they're gonna blow up. It's the whole ult. And I think everyone just did such a good job of like, if I ulted and I hit it, we just go, 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 go.
And lastly, I want to just inquire as to like what the atmosphere between you guys was like at the very end there when Skip was doing his hold and Roadkill came back at like the last second on ball. What was that like? Because that was crazy to watch. That was insane to watch.
There were some crazy plays.
I had gotten some good hits on some people, and everyone was just kind of just a little low on point. Caleb secured, I think, 1 or 2 kills, and then he just... I wasn't really watching because I was respawning, and I was like, okay, we're gonna take a next point. I'm trying to think of ults and everything. And he's like, actually, I think this is winnable. And Roadkill is... he's already on ball, and he's like, I can make it if you want. And he's like, get in there, speed. Makes it to point. They somehow clean it up. We win. I don't know. I don't know how that flipped. It was nuts. Some good positioning, good calling, just good aim, I guess.
Yeah, I think Caleb really like clutched it by staying alive and getting some kills. I think Roadkill clutched it by swapping to that ball, and I think Unlasting clutched it by swapping to Tracer too, because he was able to get the point and get a kill really quick.
Yeah,
at
that
the
was
end there.
Right at the end when we started to realize we could keep this in our favor. It does not have to flip. Unlasting swapped to Tracer, Vandium swapped to Echo, and I was still on Illari, so I just booked it out the door as fast as I could, and everyone just came out on the fastest heroes that they could to make it to point and just secure the flip.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the interview. That's all I got.
That's all I got too.
But then also thanks for that game. Those were great games to watch, great games to cast.
Yeah. Well, good job.
Go
and
Cats.
Good luck next week.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go Cats. Well, that's gonna pretty much wrap it up here for us today at Panther Esports. As we get ready for, let's see, who is it? Next week, UNI Purple playing against the University of Wisconsin Stevens Point next week. Next Thursday, I'm assuming same time, 8 o'clock. So be there, be square, I suppose. Thank you to everybody who came out tonight.
One more
thing. We appreciate it. Yes.
I also would like to say I'm hoping that we can get Gold Team streamed as well at 7:30. It'll be them versus Hastings Crimson. Sorry, wait, no, that's White Team. Sorry, Hastings Broncos.
Okay.
Hastings Broncos at 8 p.m. Crossing my fingers for getting Gold Team streamed as well.
Awesome. Okay, so we might have a few streams going next Thursday. So yeah, definitely come next week. Check that out. Come support UNI Esports. We appreciate it so much. Your support means the world. And if you want to also support us even more, go check out merch in the description of the stream. Go check out, got cool jerseys and hats and pants and all that cool stuff. So yeah, well, that's pretty much all for me. You got anything else, Joe?
No, that's all for me. Thanks for coming out.
All right. See you next week. Thank you.